Hey friends, my name is Sahil and this is my Personal Finance Academy. So we have completed the second quarter of FY22 and now it is time for quarterly results. The result season has started with TCS declaring its Q2 result on Friday. And in the morning at the time of creating the video, TCS share has tanked almost 5% from level of 3,942 to the levels of 3,724. So why did the share fall? And how are the quarterly results? We'll try to investigate in this video. And then finally we'll decide if you should buy or sell this stock. I also want to highlight on the dividend part where TCS has declared 700% dividend. I'm sure many investors would not understand what exactly is this 700% dividend, so I'll explain that as well. Alright, let's get started. Let's first start with revenues. TCS revenue for second quarter stood at 46,867 crore, that has grown 16.8% year on year. If you look at the profit, TCS profit for second quarter stood at 9,624 crore, that has grown 14% year on year. Its net margin stood at 20.5%. Now these are very impressive numbers. In fact, the year on year growth in both revenue and profit has been among the highest growth in the last few quarters. If you look at the year on year growth in revenue in last 5 quarters, Q2 revenue is the second highest with 16.8% and the previous quarter growth was highest with 18.5%. Otherwise, Q4 of FY21 growth was 9.4% and Q3 of FY21 growth stood at 5.4%. Clearly the quarterly numbers are great. Now there was news that TCS quarterly result missed the street estimate. I tell you what, if you are a long-term investor, then don't buy or sell your stock based on such estimates. In fact, I think the reason for today's fall in TCS share price is due to such news that TCS has missed the street estimate. If you are a long-term investor, then ignore such news. 16.8% growth in revenue and 14% growth in profits are fantastic numbers. Now let us look at one level down and figure out how TCS has performed overall. If you look at the quarter-on-quarter revenue growth, there is a consistent growth in every quarter. Last year same quarter, the revenue was 40,135 crore. So this is in million, I have converted it in crores. And this quarter, the revenue stood at 46,867 crore. If you look at the operating income, again there is a consistent growth in operating income from 10,515 crore to 12,000 crore. If you look at the net income, it has jumped from 8,433 crore to 9,624 crore. If you look at the operating margin, it is very consistent in the range of 25 to 26%. The latest operating margin is 25.6%. If you look at the net margin, again it is very consistent in the range of 20%. The latest net margin is 20.5%. If you look at the revenue breakup by geography, North America contributed 50.3% and it is up 17.4%. Within Europe, UK contributed 16.1% and it is up 15.6%. Within Asia Pacific, India contributed 5.1% and it is up 20.1%. So clearly there is a very good demand and growth globally. If you look at the revenue breakup by domain, BFSI, that is banking, finance and insurance, is the largest contributor and has contributed 32.4% in overall business and it has grown by 17%. Retail and CPG contributed 15% and it has grown by 18.4%. Third largest contributor is life science and healthcare with 10% share and has grown 19%. So clearly there is growth from every vertical. In terms of technology, the growth is led by cloud services where companies are looking to modernize their infrastructure and moving to cloud infrastructure. The next growth area is enterprise application services where companies are looking to build digital platform, especially in the area of e-commerce, customer experience, supply chain and HR management. Next growth area is analytics, where every company is focusing on data centricity for customers, leading to superior customer experience and enhanced profitability. Final growth area is IoT, that is Internet of Things, where high-tech and manufacturing sector is transforming its industrial processes. Next-gen asset lifecycle management, vehicle engineering and digital thread are key themes driving the demand for engineering and IoT services across these sectors. In Q2, TCS has added 5 new clients in 100 million plus range and 17 new clients in 50 million plus range. If you look at some of the deal highlights, TCS was selected by Transport for London to design, implement and operate a new smart mobility system that will reimagine the taxi and private hire licensing and registration in the City of London. It will enhance customer experience, including your connected, shared, electric, autonomous vehicle registration. TCS was selected by a leading home merchandise retailer to build an enterprise data platform with a robust architecture. TCS will modernize existing data and analytics platform by migrating it to a leading hyperscaler cloud platform. Then TCS was engaged by one of USA's largest grocery retailer for its digital transformation journey to accelerate business value and time to market with a goal of more than doubling the sales through its digital and e-commerce channels. If you look at the total employee base of TCS, its total employee for Q2 of FY22 stood at 5,28,748. Last quarter, the number was 5,09,058. So TCS has added another 19,690 employees in last quarter. Its attrition stood at 11.9%. Now, in my opinion, these are really good numbers. If you look at the management commentary, its CEO and MD Mr. Rajesh Gopinathan commented, the strong and sustained demand environment is a once-in-a-decade opportunity to position ourselves as the preferred growth and transformation partner for our customers. We are using the growth tailwind to invest in strengthening relevant capabilities and building out a comprehensive portfolio of offerings that caters to a broader set of stakeholders in the enterprise across business cycles, then strengthening our brand and making our business more resilient. We believe this is the most sustainable pathway to create longer-term value for all our stakeholders. Its Chief Operating Officer N. Ganpati Subramaniam commented, we are pleased with our overall delivery performance during the quarter, where several large complex programs across vertical went live thanks to the passion, energy and commitment of our people. These include programs such as contactless payments, cardless withdrawal of cash from ATM for leading banks, space range display transformation for retailers, one of the largest application transformation to public cloud native architecture, all leveraging our automation-led G+T framework, agile methods and toolkit. Our products and platform TCS BAN CS, Quad Smart Ledgers, TwinX and TCS Cognix all had marquee wins during the quarter and are increasingly driving business and operating model transformation in many markets. So TCS has declared an interim dividend of 700%. Now some of you might think that these are crazy numbers, isn't it? But 700% of what? Is it the share price? Well, 700% of share price would result in a dividend of 28,000 rupees per share. So if you are holding just 10 shares of TCS, then you would get 2.8 lakh rupees as dividend. That would be crazy, isn't it? So let me clarify that dividend is always declared as percentage of face value. Always remember that dividend is calculated on the face value. So TCS has a face value of rupees 1 and 700% of rupees 1 is rupees 7. So TCS has declared an interim dividend of rupees 7 that is negligible. But the idea here is to help you understand the concept behind dividend. I hope now you are clear with this. Many people do not understand such concepts and hence I have created a complete course on money management and stock market where I explain everything from basics in very simple language. Now the most important question, what should you do as an investor? If you are an existing investor, then should you sell your investment or hold? Or should you accumulate more? And if you are a new investor, then should you invest in TCS? Well, my answer is, if you are an existing investor looking for long-term wealth creation, then do not sell the shares. In fact, every dip would be an opportunity to invest. If you are a new investor, you can certainly invest in TCS. I believe that today's fall in share price is temporary. TCS will soon cross the mark of 4,000 in the near term. I think that IT sector in India is in a very sweet spot due to the fact that every company is now investing heavily in digital transformation. Today, digital transformation is not a choice. If you don't transform digitally, you are out of competition and you can't sustain for long. Indian IT sector, due to its low cost advantage and strong leadership with decade of experience and right talent pool, would continue to dominate the global IT market and has a bright growth prospect. Now there are many more results in the pipeline. I'll keep an eye on these results and update you with quarterly results of top companies. I hope you'll find this analysis useful. I'll see you in next video. Till then, take care.